Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video today. I'm finally back to YouTube again since perhaps all the summer, grinding F122 and yeah, basically what we are gonna do in this video is settings. I'm gonna explain you the settings of the game, which ones will let you improve, which ones won't, and we will divide it in a series of some chapters. I still have to figure it out, but yeah, the first one, okay, and this one will be about game settings, you know purely game settings which affect the interface of the game and that stuff, not the driving, but can help you, of course. So we go to game options, settings, and there you go. So basically what we are gonna talk about is graphics, audio, and on-screen display. Okay, we are not gonna do anything about accessibility, nothing about legal and privacy, nothing about music, nothing about crossplay. I mean, everyone knows how this works. Nothing about telemetry, nothing about force feedback, and nothing about assist. But these two, okay, assist and force feedback, will come in future chapters of this series. So let's go on to it. Okay, so basically we go on to graphics, and these are my graphics. I've seen many people who go, for example, really dark on 65, for example, but I feel really comfortable on 90. I've put it like that since the beginning of the game, and changing it is gonna make me feel a bit awkward. So yeah, I feel really good with this gamma. Then motion blur, okay, remove this. 0, always. Never turn this on, never. Okay, since it's actually too distracting. In a race, in quali, you're gonna see everything really blurry in the background, and it's gonna distract you, especially on the race. You will even see the cars blurry. So yeah, always turn this off. It's awful to drive with it in a race. It's just the worst setting you can put on an interface. So yeah, there we go with steering animation. Basically what this does is that, for example, if you turn it off, no matter if you turn the wheel, if you go right with the joystick, if you play on a pad, the wheel in-game won't show that movement. So many people actually turn it off. As an example, James Bowen, you can check his channel, he played without this. For example, back in F1 2020, when he was in esports, he never used it, never. But I actually like it. It's mostly a driver preference setting. Some people like it off, I like it on. It's my preference, it's their preference, so it doesn't really influence the game. It just depends on whether if you like it or not. So then HDR. Okay, this is also a preference. If you want better graphics, then of course turn it on. But I actually can put HDR, but I've disabled it for every single game on PlayStation. But I actually have it off. It screws me up when I want to upload videos, and it just changes the colors by default. I actually uploaded some videos with HDR, but it just screws me up with the colors. It's just weird. So yeah, that's graphics. I hope it helped you, and let's head on to on-screen display. Okay, basically I haven't changed anything from the on-screen display, basically of the positioning on the screen. I haven't changed that. So you can see, of course, I have it on. Then for copy view, okay, if you use copy view, I would highly recommend to turn it off, since people who drive a cockpit view is just for the realism, the immersion. So turn it off. On-screen display is just gonna make it worse for the immersion. Then speedometer, many people have kph. If you are from the UK, you should have miles per hour. If you are from the US, you should also have miles per hour. This doesn't do anything. Okay, it's just the units. So yeah, miles per hour, kph doesn't do anything. Then also the units, same as speedometer, doesn't do anything. And yeah, then we go to track map. I always put a full track map, since it helps me know what's happening on track all the time, every single part of the track. This helps. Also in a race, when there's a safety car, when there's anything, you can check where has that happened. So it really helps. So then delta time on, proximity arrows on, especially for a race. It helps not to collide with each other. You know where everyone else is. Then driver tags on, but it doesn't really matter. Then the star lights, of course, on. Put them off if you have the cockpit view enabled, but I guess it turns it off by default, so no problem. Then permanent session timer, of course, use this. In quali is gonna help you in a league race. I guess everyone knows that, but in case you don't use it, it is really gonna help for sure, trust me, to know when you should go out on track, when you should come back to the pits, when you should push, if you actually need to worry because you're not making it to your last lap. It really helps. Then of course the objective panel for career mode, for the practice sessions, I've turned it off, since I don't play career mode that much and it's actually distracting for me whenever I play. So yeah, it's mostly a preference setting, like the HDR or the steering animation before, or even gamma. It's all up to you. So yeah, that was screen display and graphics. Hope it helped for the moment. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying my content. Of course, would appreciate it a lot. And I've seen that most people that actually view my videos don't subscribe, so at least like my videos. Subscribe, mate. It's not, you don't have to pay for it, it's free. So yeah, please do it. Then also audio settings, this doesn't influence the game at all, but it can really influence on your comfort, and it's really important for driving, so it indirectly influences your comfort. So yeah, master volume 9, at least for me, it suits me. It depends on your console, your device, your headset, it depends on everything. Then effects, this is basically the engine, everything related to the engine, the car engine. So I put it to 5. I'm feeling comfortable with that. Then speech, this is basically when you ask something to the engineer, how loud it is. So 10, I need to listen to it clearly, especially when you're in a party with teammates, talking to them. You really need to listen to the in-game engineer, since he's the one that has the most data. Then music off, and other cars to 6. I really want to listen to them, but it doesn't matter that much. Even if I had them to 0, it doesn't really matter. Then voice chats, this doesn't matter for me. I have it off, definitely off, but still, yeah, it's alright. Then the onboard mix. Okay, I've seen that many people have it on cinematic, at least from the old teams I've been in. You know, they had it on cinematic. But I found broadcast better, and driver is just the driver preset is just, you know, I don't like it. It's just too low. The volume is just too low. So yeah, broadcast is the perfect setting for me. Just like in the real life streaming, you know. So I like it. Then the speaker type headphones, since it's what I use, you know. Then engineer docking. Okay, I'd highly suggest to put it into heavy, since, well, basically what this does is that when the engineer is talking to you, how it influences the audio of the game. If you put it off, the audio overall, which should be the master volume, okay, it's not gonna turn off, it's gonna keep the same. If you put it to light, it's gonna go a little bit lower, you know, maybe 8-7 by default. But if you put it to heavy, you're gonna listen to the engineer perfectly, okay. And also, you know, it goes down while the engineer is talking. Once he stops talking, of course you will hear everything normally. So engineer talking heavy, I would highly suggest you to do it. You know, it's really helpful. Then, well, the commentator, you know, nothing. Alex Yates, I really like him. eSports.
La voiture de derrière te rattrape de 5 dixièmes au tour, 5 dixièmes.
And yeah,
We've just seen the stewards giving the car behind a time penalty. That's an opportunity for us. Make it count.
and that's why you should put radio to English. Yeah, then multiplayer, push talk off, mute by default, yes. It's really annoying when you're in a lobby and you hear everybody talking. So I would highly recommend you to put it on, so you don't have to worry about it. Then voice chat docking off, since, you know, I'm not using it, so I don't need to put this on. Then the upshift tone, put this off. Okay, put this off. If you have it on, put it off. No matter your preference, put it off. Since, I mean, it's really distracting, you know, being in a gear and the game suddenly doing a beep, you know, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that. Then the formation lap parking sensor on is really helpful, especially when you're in a league race and don't want to mess up your position, since it's really important, you know. Race starts are really important in this game. And then radio, okay. People ask me too much about the radio on Discord, you know. Also, old teammates I've been asked about this a lot. So here you have it, you know. Radio verbosity, this is basically how much the engineer talks to you. So I put it to responses only. That way I ensure he doesn't distract me at all and only speaks when I want him to. Then victory radio goes on, and you know, this is the only important setting, the verbosity. This doesn't really matter. Then music is alright, you know, this is not helpful at all. This is just a preference. So yeah, basically the most important audio settings are verbosity on the radio. 100% turn this on, put it on responses only. These two are really important. Okay, please turn them on. Please, if you really want to improve, please turn them on. And then, as you can see, you know, it doesn't really matter at all, most of the settings. But yeah, that's why I really wanted to start this not with the best video possible, to give it to you at the end. You know, all I want to do now is restart the channel again, keep doing videos again, since I've been practicing a lot. It's mentally consuming, really, spending 6-7 hours a day playing, trying to improve. It really consumes you mentally, but I want to do it, you know. I want to get to esports someday. It's my dream, and that's why I do it. So yeah, no matter how consuming it is, you know, I do it. So yeah, back to the settings. This is everything, guys, for this video. I hope you liked it, and again, please like, subscribe, follow me on all my socials if you haven't done it yet, and hope you like the video. Of course, it's the most important thing. That's why I do the videos, for you to like them. And see you in the next one, guys.